Welcome to Life Through Style. I am your hostess, Famira, the Diamond Diva, your visual impactologist. And Life Through Style is a new web series that is all about empowerment and encouragement for my fellow lady entrepreneurs. I'm actually taking the time to interview some show-stopping women in their industries so that you can learn from their journey that you might continue on in your purpose towards your destiny. And so on tonight is no different than any other night. I have another amazing woman who is definitely a showstopper. How are you doing this evening?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. This is awesome. I love what you do.
Thank you. Yay, yay, yay. So I'm going to tell y'all why I'm so excited about having her here on this show tonight. You'll be able to get a little bit from it just from listening to her bio. So Dhakeria Little is an actress, dancer, author, playwright, poet, speaker, truth teller, and empoweress. You know I love that. I'm all about empowerment. She is the proud mother of two brilliant princesses. She and her multi-talented husband are co-founders of Little Big League Productions, LLC, where they produce, create, and perform transformational art and coach and train artists to create and perform powerfully. Also, as the power coach and founder of the Naked Movement, she empowers women to own their authentic self by leading them to discover their epic style. Their epic factor. I'm trying to throw style. I always try to give everyone style. Their epic factor. She pulls their story out of them for them to stand on and use as a power tool. So welcome, welcome again. I'm so glad that you're here with us. So after reading that bio, we want to hear from you. Can you tell us exactly who is Dhakeria?
Well, Dhakeria is a dreamer. I'm a lover. I am a vessel. That is so important to me that I be a vessel. I am God's canvas and his masterpiece. And I just want him to work through me to touch the lives of the people.
That is so beautiful, and I think so important that we as women, as people in general, that we recognize that and that we fulfill the purpose that's within us and to be that vessel that we're here to be. So that is totally awesome. I love it. I just never get tired of that question because no matter who is here on the show, they answer that question in such a unique and different way. And and so I just absolutely love it, but it also always speaks exactly to who they are, and what makes them the showstopper that they are. So I want to ask you, can you tell us a little bit more about how you got started and, what it is about the epic factor that you are actually trying to help women do?
Okay, all right. Well, I have always been an artist. Since as far back as I can remember, I've loved the arts. I love the truth and transparency and vulnerability of the arts. I love what the arts does in the lives of people. I mean, just from performing and seeing people in the audience, having the permission to let go, having the permission to cry if they need to, laugh if they need to face things if they need to. And just to have that permission is just awesome, because a lot of times we walk around, in our lives like we're stuck, and it's almost as if we're in someone else's story and we don't have the permission to live it out how we think it should be or according to our purpose, once we figured that out. And so the arts is a very good platform for people to be able to do that, to just start to figure out what's in there, what's inside of me, and you see that on stage. And it's almost like we get to be the test dummies as, as artists. I get to tell some of your story. You don't have to tell your story, but you can still get your breakthrough.
Right.
It's like, man, she's telling my story good, so I don't have
to. That is so awesome, because I never really thought about it in that way, but it's very true. And when it's especially when it's done well, we always see a piece of us or someone that we know, someone that we relate to, and we're able to get those very things that you were saying, those breakthroughs. A lot of times we're able to get closure, we're able to get understanding that we normally may not have been able to get depending on, you know, the circumstances of the situation. And so I too have always been a lover of the arts, never really wanted to be front of, you know, in front of everyone. That has all, I'm actually an introvert, and that's something a lot of people don't know about me. But here I am now with the web series, right? And so but that's one of the things that I always connected with you on, was the whole poetry portion, because I too also write poetry, and I've performed a couple times with doing it, but it has always been a way of release for me. And so I'm curious to you also, especially in that particular art form of poetry, what is it for you?
Okay, so I'm glad you asked that. I actually wrote this poetry book right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is me pretty much just letting it all out. And so once I had done that and got it all down, I decided, okay, I want to mount this as a show. But I don't know exactly how much of my story I want to tell. I don't know, you know, in what way I want to do that. And so I was like, oh, here they go right there, the poems. So I took various poems and chronicled my story through poetry and told my story on stage. And I put theatrics with it because that is that's the root of emotion. You know, when you're on stage and you're performing, you're all deep up in emotion, if you've allowed yourself to be. Because a lot of artists, sometimes they hide, you know, in the script, but you need to let it go, you know? If you want it to leave the stage and actually sit in the hearts of people, you got to let it go. You got to come to it authentic. You got to let it live, and you got to let it go. And so that's what I did. I put my story, my poems as my story up on stage. And so that actually helped me get free. That helped me get free. The first part of that process was actually writing it down. And then the second part was reading it back, because it's like, there's a powerful thing when you write things down and read it back to yourself. It's almost like you minister to yourself in a way you could not have just thinking it or just letting it be inside. That's why journaling is so powerful, you know?
Right.
So when I allowed it to minister to me, it changed me, it transformed me. And then people were able to see that on stage and get their transformation as well, because I was telling part of their story. You know, your story is not your own. It's not just for you. It's for other people, right?
Right. And you brought up a very good point, and I kind of want to stay right here just for a second, because I think that is something that a lot of people don't realize, because we hear a lot of times always about journaling, writing it down. You know, you write that letter, even if you don't send it, those types of things, and they're all great. I mean, I am a fan of, you know, writing it out. But the piece that you mentioned that I think takes it to an even higher powerful level is what you said about reading it back to yourself out loud. It's still something about the spoken word of it all that really does help create that breakthrough and help create that transformation that you're talking about. And so I just wanted to kind of emphasize that, and really, because I think that's a step that a lot of people don't do. They write it and they may read it, but they don't necessarily read it out loud to actually hear the words and allow those words to minister.
Yeah.
Do you have any other thoughts on that?
Yeah, actually, it's the scripture about the power of life and death being in the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
So when you actually allow those words to leave your body, to leave you, and then to live in the atmosphere around you, you speak life. You end up speaking life to yourself, and you don't even realize that you had all this in you until you actually hear it, you know? So that's absolutely, I mean, you're spot on with emphasizing that. I think people need to know, in addition to writing it down, read it back out loud. Make sure you do it out loud.
Right. And I know a lot of times people are like, but I feel crazy reading it out loud. But I mean, but trust us. Just trust us this one time. Just try it. Just try it. And then comment below this video and let us know what happened when you did it. We both would love to hear your feedback on it, because it definitely will be transformational. Trust us. We know what we're talking about on this one.
Exactly. And add a little bit of more power if you want to take it a step further. Say it out loud in the mirror.
Yes. Look at yourself, definitely, while you're saying it. And so I want to kind of, I don't want to really say backtrack, but kind of build some foundational pieces to what we're talking about too, and talk about your college years. And so if you would share with us all about where you went to school and how that had an effect, with where you are now.
Well, I went to Howard University. So I'm really, really proud of that, because that's really where I was born. Like, the woman that you see now began actually at Howard University, because I just was in that place. It was so much that that I've experienced, that it was just like a melting pot of experiences that has helped to form who I am now. And while I was at Howard, I was able to meet so many wonderful people. I mean, all of my professors. Denise Hart, she was my professor. She's also my mentor. And I mean, all of my professors have really sown into me great things, and great foundational pieces, so that I can be a powerful performer. Because it's not about me, it's about the stories that I tell.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to kind of let some of my stuff go to make room for other people's stuff, so that transforms me, and then I can let that go forth and transform others. And it all started at Howard University.
Well, I'm from Hampton. I'm from Hampton, Virginia, born and raised, right? And so even though I did not go to Hampton University, I am very familiar with Howard because of the whole real HU. So for those that may be watching, that are familiar with those two schools, and you know exactly what we're talking about. I won't get into that debate, because like I said, I did not go to Hampton University, but being from here, you can't be from here and not know about it, right? And the infamous Howard homecomings, and so
yeah.
So yeah, but I think that is important to a lot of times for us to hear from different people to see when did they begin to start to see their purpose. Because we all find it at different stages in our life. Some people have known their entire life. Some people like you find it in college. Some people like me, we kind of knew it, but we still wasn't really sure, and we didn't really come into it. I didn't really come into fullness of what my purpose really was crystal clear until I was in my 30s. So, but I always want to show that, because I want to always encourage any women that are watching to know, no matter where you're at, no matter what your age is, to continue to pursue purpose, right? And it's never too late to discover exactly what it is.
At Howard is where I met my husband. Of course, he was my husband then, but he was my suitor. And because I met him, all of this happened. All of these things to write about had I not met him. And I actually pledged an organization at Howard, Diva Incorporated. So I'm with you on that diva tip now. I love diva. Okay.
I feel like every woman is a diva. They just don't know it.
Yeah.
They have to find her, and for me, it's not a bad word. I feel like, just like with a lot of other things, that it has been tainted because of people's poor behavior assigned with it. But when I really did the study of the word, and its origin is actually Italian, from the word divine. And so and a lot of people don't know that, but that's where it actually comes from. And so it is about being a divine woman. And so that's what I'm trying to take back.
Yeah.
So yes.
I love it. DIVA is an acronym for Divine, Intelligent, Versatile Artist. So yeah, yes, honey, I got you on that. Divine all day.
Yay. Awesome, awesome. So on this show, I talk a lot about finding your unique voice, finding your unique style, and the importance of doing so. And so with that, of course, I would not have invited you on the show if I did not feel like you were operating in that space of your full uniqueness. For people that maybe know a part of my story, I was always called unique when I was younger, but I always thought it was a bad thing. I always thought it was a bad word. And as I became a woman and got older, I was like, oh no, this is fabulous. I don't want to be like anyone else. Like being unique is great. And so now I'm definitely like an advocate for that term. And so, but I want to talk about how important is it in what you do, both in business and in life, of who you are, to really operate from that place of your unique voice and unique style.
Well, my unique voice, I actually found that through writing. And because I always had this, it's like a disconnect between what's in here and what comes out of here. And I'm always editing myself. Like I've been working on it a whole lot, like over the last few years of my life. But I used to have this big disconnect, and I never wanted to speak up because I was afraid of what would come out, if it would actually be what I was thinking or something else, because I would edit myself so many times. It's almost like, I don't know what you want to say. Do you want to say the first, second, or third thing you just thought in the course of 2 seconds?
Right.
And so I decided to just started writing, to just write. And when I did that, I was like, wow, this is my unique voice. This is what I would love to say. And so having that right there sealed in my authenticity. It sealed in my authenticity. It allowed me to know exactly what was going on inside of me. And so to say how important it is in business and in life is extremely important, because when you present yourself, when you show up, you need to show up as who you are and not try to be someone else. Like you said earlier, don't try to be someone else. Be who you are and know that that's okay. And your unique voice is in that, is in the authenticity of who you are. And you find that by being confident in who you are.
Yes, it's very true. I talk about confidence a lot, and definitely confidence and self-love, because that is an area that I struggled in, and I never could really truly find complete fulfillment in regards to who I was and being able to stand up as Famira until I really began to embrace myself and walk in self-love and walk in that confidence. And so I think that is definitely something that is important, and I talk about it as much as I possibly can, because I feel like as women, we often wear a mask, or we have created coping skills to not really deal with the issues of why we don't truly love ourselves fully as who we are. And so, but with that, I think that especially as a coach and as an artist, I can see how it would be important for you to truly be able to operate from that place. But I would love to hear you kind of talk about that in your own journey with self-love and confidence.
Okay. I have a poem for that, actually.
Okay. Awesome. I'm about to get poems.
Yeah. All right. Let me find the one that I really, because as you were saying, I was like, oh, I know exactly which one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. Okay.
No.
So it's really short. It's called With a Smile.
Okay.
It's a feminine approach that's inspired by We Wear the Mask by Paul Laurence Dunbar. With a smile, she leaves thoughtless pressures for the mind to think. All smiles where she, even on destruction's brink, her heart torn and bruised and battered, she'd rather smile than think of the latter. No idea what the end will hold. It seems a smile is all the more bold. Encrypted phrases spoken in her eyes. The bottom line is, with a smile, she covers what beneath it lies.
Awesome. Oh my gosh.
Ah,
Yes. I love it. I love that. I mean, and really, for everyone that's watching, I mean, rewind and listen to that again, and really sink in what she just said. Because
you know, that was me. I would look a perfect beat mess. Looking all nice on the outside, all put together, but inside suffering in silence, because what I was doing on the outside was not indicative of what was happening on the inside. So no one could help me without me asking for help, because I didn't look like I needed help. I was hiding it all. Hiding.
That's so, and that, and so many women do that. And they, it's almost kind of like what I think about what they consider like a functioning addict. How a lot of times you don't even know that they have a problem, because they're able to still move throughout, their day and life and do, everything normally. But, when they go home, it's a whole different story, on what's happening. And so that is so that is just so powerful, because that is what we do, because we're so busy trying to take care of everyone else, trying to take care of children, trying to take care of parents, trying to take care of brothers and sisters, husband, everybody on the planet.
And then we're like,
right. And sometimes, some women don't even make their own list. Right. And so even though this series is about women in business being showstoppers, I definitely always want to make sure that I talk about the life aspect of it, because a lot of times we still, as entrepreneurs or women in corporate America, do it as well. We hide behind our job and our position, and still don't deal with those heart of the matter type of things, to be fully who we are. So I love that point.
Well, Famira, I want to give your viewers the resolution to that, to hiding. Okay. And this is my inner monologue. This is what had to be my inner monologue when I would just hide away, I would have to, and this is called realize beauty. Hey, you there in the mirror. How dare you lower your head in shame? Your beauty is uncanny. To think less is just lame. Don't you know the image in which you've been created? Your beauty inside and out is worth such that can't be traded. Thus I speak truth, and this truth can't be evaded. Your body is fine. Anyone saying different, honey, pay them no mind. Only your confidence is left to find and let shine. Wipe those tears away with the grace of a swan. You can swirl into a new day with no magic wand or no magic word or wand. Look above and beyond your doubt, knowing you're a gift. And that's what loving yourself is all about. Step out on faith and know you cannot fail. Become one with the greatness from which you hail. Don't look back. Forward projection is your only choice. Then once you've made it, then you look back and rejoice. You're made of everything you need to succeed. Your dreams aren't fantasies, and that's the mindset to feed. not negativity and thoughts of rejection. Those thoughts plague your life and fill it with disease, infection. Remember, it's not who you are, but whose you are. Collect your conscience and raise the bar. Higher heights should constantly be in your sights. Walking in your destiny is in your book of rights. Soar in your thoughts and your actions too. When I say you're beautiful, hey, honey, all I want to hear from you is true.
Love it. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to watch this again my own self so I can listen to it again. That's fabulous. Thank you so much for that. But that is so true. I mean, and that's how we have to be with ourselves. And so one thing that I definitely do a lot of and have a passion for is for my teenage girls, and making sure that we get to them in order to help them be in a place where they never have to deal with the coping or wearing the mask, that they embrace totally who they are early, and that they're able to walk in that confidence and that purpose at an early age. So one of my questions I want to know to you is, what would you tell your 15-year-old self knowing what you know now?
Girl, get your life. No, it's really not all about who's what people are saying about you or thinking about you. Mm-hmm. It's what you say and think about yourself. Mm-hmm. That really matters. And if you're speaking life to yourself, that's it. That is the answer. You can't rely on somebody to tell you you're great to be great and feel great. You know you're great, and you stand up in that. And if you don't feel like you're great, keep saying I'm great over and over again until you start to believe it. Because that's how I was. I was sitting there going, am I great? I need to go, I needed to go look at Joyce Meyer, or I need to go look at a motivational speaker to find my greatness. And yes, that pumps you up, that gets you motivated, but they can't live with you, Right. They jump on the inside of you and keep that wheel turning, that confidence going. They can't do that for you day and night. It becomes, a quick fix. But you need something, and this is me talking to me. You need something that's going to keep you going all the time. When Joyce Meyer you can't cut Joyce Meyer on, or you can't go to your favorite motivational speaker and say, what do I do about this feeling right here? You need something working on the inside of you that's going to take you through that. And only you can build that up. And you have to be, first, number one, plugged into the power source. Mm-hmm. If you're not plugged into a source of power, you're, pedaling to get power like the Flintstones is going to leave you blistered and bloody and tired. And how are you going to be great out of that? So be plugged into the power source. I'm talking to somebody. Be plugged into the power source and know that you are great all the time. Even when you don't feel great, you're still great because you were created in the image of greatness.
Yes. Whew. Yes. So that has, pretty much that shut it down. So, there's really no other questions to really ask after that. So we're going to move right into the next segment of this interview. And this is just a little fun segment I call Style Search. And I just ask a couple of quick kind of rapid fire questions. They're just choices. I'm gonna give you two choices and you just tell me which one you would choose. Out of the two choices.
So indecisive. Okay, let's see how this goes.
just fire it off, right? And so this will just give those that are watching just a little bit more insight to your style. So here we go. Handbags or shoes?
Shoes.
Bright colors or neutrals?
Neutrals.
Fun or relaxation?
Relaxation.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Shopping or spa?
Spa.
Yeah, okay, you're right. On my island, we can have fun. Except for I want to be at the beach. So why are you at the mountains?
Yes, right. I can do both.
So before we end this, I just I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for being on Life with Thru Style. I truly, truly appreciate it. I want to express so many levels of gratitude because I do not take it for granted that you said you said yes to being here. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I am honored and humbled to be your guest.
And so for those that are watching, I would like, if they're watching and they're still on the fence and not really sure on whether or not they're the type of person that you're looking to work with, I would love for you to spend a little bit of time just kind of explaining exactly who your destiny clients are, those people that you are here to really work with, so that way they know, yes, I need to call her.
Okay. If you look like you have it together, I'm talking about face beat, hair whipped, got the outfit to match, but you don't feel like what you look like on the outside, and you're struggling to stand in your power, and you feel like you're in someone else's story, or that your story has been hijacked by shame, guilt, and pain, and you can't get free from that stuff. Call me. Call me, because I want you to be vulnerable. I want you to be transparent, and I want you to yield to your transformation so that you can be epic. EPIC is an acronym for extraordinary, powerful, inspiring, and captivating. That's who you were created to be, and you need to walk in that.
Awesome. So if that is you, let them know how they can get in contact with you.
You can go right to thenakedmovement.com. thenakedmovement.com, and you will find me there. You will find a wonderful welcome, and you can just go in that space. That's my virtual home. You can relax, you can find motivation, you can hit me up, and just have a great time there.
Awesome. And so as a visual impactologist, y'all know I cannot let this close out without talking about visual branding in some way. And her website, no, I did not do it, but I still give props and homage where it is due. Her website is phenomenal. So definitely make sure that you go there and you check it out. Yes.
So much to me, Famira. My heart jump.
It is awesome. I've been all up and through it. So check her out. And if you are that person that she was just speaking to, trust me, you cannot be in better hands. You'll find links to how to get connected with her somewhere, wherever you have found your way to this video, somewhere around it, you will see how you can get connected to her. So make sure that you reach out. And so I just want to take the time to thank all of you who are watching for joining us for yet another episode of Life Thru Style, a web series that's all about empowerment and encouragement for my fellow show-stopping women entrepreneurs. Because at the end of the day, we all need encouragement. We all need empowerment as we continue to pursue purpose and dance our way to destiny. And so thank you again for being with us and experiencing Life Thru Style. Until next week, I am Famira, the Diamond Diva, your visual impactologist, and I will see you later. Good night.